Hello and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. For today, I will go through our cross-asset list and I will cover coffee market, WTI, US100, USD Japanese yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, gold market, US30, dollar index, Bitcoin, and aluminium. Of course, I will use our FX Centrum platform. And let's begin with the coffee market from the daily time frame. So what we have here is a consolidation basically in the last couple of days. This market is trading in tight range between the resistance at 234 and support at 221. So we can see on the stochastic oscillator we have the downsloping slow and fast line, and there will be a potential for the breakout of this tight range. So the potential breakout of resistance at 234 may be a good sign for the further upside movement, at least towards the upper Bollinger Band, and resistance swing high at 244.40 and even maybe 247.45 in case of that upside breakout. In case of the downside breakout and hold below 221.80 mark, there will be a chance for the downside movement and for the market to trade lower towards 201 mark, which is the lower Bollinger Band. So we have this upcycle in the background, but still we need to see the confirmation for the upside, because that's not the case, and there is a still chance for a downside movement in the market. And now WTI, so we can see here middle Bollinger Band is acting like resistance around 84.20 mark. And we are still in this bigger consolidation on the WTI. It seems like majority of the markets and most of the markets basically are doing consolidation prior to FMC, and FMC is tomorrow, FMC meeting minutes. So I think that can be a catalyst for some of them basically to break out of their ranges and their consolidations. So on the WTI, we have a support around 81.20 mark, and potential breakout of this level and hold below can be a good sign for the further drop towards let's say 78.80 mark or 78.20 mark. You can see that the fast line is trying to make a fresh bear cross again of the slow line below the 40 mark. So we have that short term, let's say that downside environment in the last 5 to 6 days in this area here. Of course, if the market will just let's say go higher, then we have a resistance around 86 mark and upper Bollinger Band around 7 mark. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. Hourly time frame seems like the sellers are in control, and we have this down break. This was a down break of the lower Bollinger Band, a natural pullback. Now another down break and just a holding around consolidation. So sellers are in control on the intraday frame. And now we have a US100, and this is something that, from my perspective, there is a chance for a downside continuation. So this area around 17,800 mark, 17,870 mark, is the big cluster of previous swing lows on the daily time frame, which is now acting like resistance, obviously, as we can see in the last couple of days. And this can be a good level for the market to find new sellers and potentially to continue with this downside movement from the background. And if that will happen, then we have a minimum, I'd say, downside objective at this point around, I would say around 70,000 mark, and then the bigger objective around 16,300 mark. Here, fast and slow line are sloping from the stochastic are sloping to the upside. But there is one interesting thing that we can see here, and this is the rate of change divergence. So the market made a higher high and the oscillator made a lower high. So we have a bearish divergence on the rate of change, which can be a good sign and good information for the potential weakness and further downside movement. Of course, in case of the further upside or bigger upside movement, we have resistance at 18,227. And then we also have an upper Bollinger Band around 18,400 mark. Take a look at the hourly time frame. It's a very tight consolidation at this point. So if the market can re-break spin bar low 17,000, let's say 680, there will be a good potential for the further downside movement. And that potential downside continuation on the daily time frame. USDN did exactly, so the level we placed was a 154.50. That was a middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. And as you can see here, market went from 160.24, so it reached our short-term upside objective and had a rejection all the way down to the 154.50. So almost like a 600 pips from the top to the bottom of that yesterday's candle. Now we can see that the market actually held the middle Bollinger Band and closed off the low in the middle, and we have now a tight consolidation bar so far, 156.73. So that was a pretty much like a probably long liquidation from buyers. So they liquidated their positions, and that together with other fundamentals, that this was the result. This is a big sell-off. But so far, middle Bollinger Band is still holding, and that's a positive at this point. It's also very likely that we're gonna see, because of the very big range of the candle yesterday, more like a consolidation for maybe a day or a couple of days, and maybe we can remain in this range for a longer time. But in the case, let's say the market breaks 154.50, all below, then there will be a chance for a full test of the lower Bollinger Band around 151, 151.20 mark, just in case. So otherwise, resistance is set all the way. This pin bar height 160.24. It's very, from my perspective, very likely we're going to just develop the range development side of this bigger, just today, maybe next couple of days. But yeah, on the pound dollar, so we had this upside movement. Still, from my perspective, this is we just remove the lines here so you can see better. So still, this is for me area of resistance. So we have previous swing lows. If you can see here, we have the area of the previous swing lows at exactly this point. So this is a huge area from my perspective, and you can see here fair divergence as well on rate of change. It's something like we have on the US100. Even though the fast and slow line are sloping to the upside on the daily time frame, this divergence is quite important. I will just show you that divergence that happened here. It was a very similar scenario, and look at what happened after that. All this down move that lasted for 2 days or so, lasted for 2 weeks. And as you can see, the spread between the fast and slow line is quite high at this point. And I think the market went pretty much what maximum it can do around on this rally. So this area here is a very interesting area for the downside development continuing. Now we need a confirmation, so I would like to see this. We have a clear support zone around 1.2510. So if market can break and hold below, that can be a good sign. And you know, if market can break and hold, so that will be a good sign for potential downside continuation in the pound. And then we have potential downside objective short term 1.2450, and of course we have the area of the swing lows around 1.5. Now we have euro dollar. It's pretty much similar. So all this movement in the last, I will say, 2 weeks still can be just a corrective move based on this downside environment that we have in the last, I will say, 4 to 5 weeks. And even though the slow and fast line are still sloping to the upside, you can see how the Bollinger Bands are contracting at this point. And I think the potential downbreak of the 1.0670 mark can be a good confirmation for the further drop towards 1.0600, the previous swing low area on the daily time frame. But this is a strong resistance zone, and we're still trading in a tight consolidation inside of this candle. Now we have a gold market. So as we can see, Bollinger Bands are contracted, and now they're pretty much flat, but we have this very tight consolidation, let's say between 22.92, which is a support, and 20.53, which is resistance. Interesting thing here is that slow and fast line is sloping clearly to the downside. We don't have a big gap between them. Actually, here we have the basically biggest gap. The market went into the consolidation. So the rebreak of to 22.92 can be a good sign for a further drop towards 21.63, which is this consolidation area from the background. In case of the break, in case of the breakout to the upside of 23.53, then we have a resistance at upper Bollinger Band at 2,400 and pin bar high at 2,430 mark. Now we have a US30. What we can see here is the market is in a consolidation and contracting in Bollinger Bands. Slow and fast line on the stochastic are holding well. Holding to the upside. But still, this is just from my perspective consolidation. We have a clear down break with a lower Bollinger Band in the background. So hold this moment, it can be a corrective. But of course, we will need to see the to start with the re-break of the lower Bollinger Band 37,600 mark, or even pin bar low at 37,290. Because if we can see the re-break of those levels, then next downside objective will be 34,000, even 34,700, 800 mark. So far we have a consolidation environment there. And dollar index seems like it's getting closer. We had the inside day, we had the outside. So we had outside day and then the very next inside day. So I really expect the breakout, and since we are in the upside environment in the last 2 months, there is a chance, and the middle Bollinger Band is holding well, and the position of the stochastic on the slow and fast line is pretty much around 75. So definitely there will be a chance for the upside continuation and eventual retest of 106.50. Upper Bollinger Band is at 106.95 mark, and we have that is also the main swing high from the beginning of October last year. So it seems like all of this is basically inverted chart like a euro, inverted chart of the euro. So if the dollar index will continue higher in the next short-term environment period, then euro dollar can continue lower. Basically, they have the flags, dollar index up for the upside and euro dollar for the downside. We just need some more confirmation. I think the re-break of 105.95 and 106.20 mark can be a good confirmation for the upside continuation of the dollar index. Then we have a Bitcoin. So this was a trade idea from that we posted last week. And market is just trading around the middle Bollinger Band, but we can see that Bollinger Band are starting to contract at this point. We have a pretty much flat and nothing spectacular on the stochastic oscillator. They're sloping to the upside, but around the 40-45 mark. Here we can see that middle Bollinger Band is acting like resistance. It turned to act like resistance at this point, is acting today, as you can see. And that is a good sign that sellers are in control, at least at this point here. Even though we are still in the bigger consolidation, as you can see, the bigger flat consolidation. Still, the seller seems like in control in the last, I will say, 5 to 6 days, and especially because we had this breakout and natural pullback. So this is why I think there will be a chance for at least for the retest of 59,000, but potentially if we can break that, then even drop towards 50,000. And aluminum, we can see that market, there was a reaction from buyers. So just around that middle Bollinger Band, we had a reaction back up, but still, I will say the resistance for aluminum short term is set at 26.11. And if we can break that, there will be a chance for the retest of 26.74 mark. Now, if we take a look at the hourly time frame, still we don't have a confirmation that buyers to control. We're still trading around upper Bollinger Band, but we don't have a break and hold above this. So we don't see that, then there is still a chance for the market to continue with this range development or try to test low. And that will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. Please, if you didn't visit our website, you can do so, fxcentrum.com, and you can explore. We have a 100% deposit bonus, guys. So click and explore more about, and this is automatically what will be deposited in your account once you deposit. So this is a great boost for your account and your capital. So then, of course, you can visit FXC TV, explore technical analysis, watch previous videos, trading ideas, tutorials, And very important, we're a fully regulated broker, and you can open an account in just a couple of minutes. Literally, it will take a couple of minutes to open a live account or a demo account, $10,000. And once you have an account, then you will be able to use our platform. So my suggestion is to explore and open an account with us, and you will see why we have so good reviews, why the clients are happy. So that will be all for this FX Centrum Daily Market Analysis. Have a good trading day and speak to you soon.